You're now watching Rips.
We'll call it 90,000 on the day, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. That's exactly what we were looking for. There's that 35 tag as promised.
You're likely going to be a lot better than you were last year, as long as you take it seriously.
And Rips shows the Jack 8. Cash is flowing to Rips.
Look at that, just getting absolute that.
And it's Rips winning one of the biggest pots of the session.
Wow. $250,000 on the week, baby. Let's go. There's nothing that makes me happier than when I see you folks win. Can it hold this push lower below 80s? This would be a big break if we can hold this push. $6,000 on the day in our Lucid Pro account. This is your entry. This is your ad. This is your takeout. Boom, right there. Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, it's Wednesday. Wow, hello. It's Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, baby. If you're here with me in the Kick X or YouTube, let's see who's with us this morning. WL or Mid, how we doing so far? How we doing on our day so far? WL or Mid? What's up, BC Drums, Biago, Vibe Trade, Lido? What's up, Gringo El Diablo? Kurt, good to see you. Luna, what's happening? Vibe, Trade, Smoke Tree, Jack Powell, Candlestick Cowboy. Life with 12 Dogs, Silly Catos. Dragon Warrior, Patrick JS, good morning. Marine Linda, Visuals, hello. What's cracking, everybody? It is Hump Day. The middle of the week, GLOBEX. 2 more GLOBEXs to go, today and tomorrow, and then that's it for the GLOBEX streams for the week. That's it, and that's all, baby. No trades yet for me. We do have a payout to take out. Let's see if I can do that. Did they update their system yet? Let's see. Oh, hello. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. That's my favorite fucking thing in the world to see right there. Oh, fuck yeah, baby. We took this trade yesterday during GLOBEX. Nope, don't do that again. Fucking every time. Jesus. All right. That. Oh, God, look at that. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Oh, God, yeah. Give it to me now. Oh, man, we're going to do that. We're going to take out a $10,000 payout live on the GLOBEX stream tonight. And we're going to see how fast Lucid pays out. That's what we're doing tonight, ladies and gents. Champs and campeones. That is what we're doing anoche. Esta noche. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're going to rip a fat bag. Dude, 10K to the face for paper trading might be one of the funniest things in the world to me still. I'll never get over it. You have to remember, I didn't start in the prop world. I don't really consider myself a prop firm trader, and it's not really my thing, but it will never, ever become unfunny to me that you can trade a paper account and get paid $10,000. It's fucking hilarious to me. I don't know. Is it funny to anybody else? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. It's hilarious to me. You get paid $10,000 for ripping a paper account around. Okay. What planet are we on where that's a reality? This is fucking hilarious. All right, so who here watching right now? We got about 500 people. Oh, by the way, we will do some giveaways too. Who here watching has never traded on a prop firm before? Who's new here and who's never traded on a prop firm before? I would assume there's got to be at least maybe one person, right? It is sim, but the moolah is real. I know, it's just crazy. All right, Lido, here. Do we need to give you a 5-minute timeout, Lido? Ryan, you've never traded on a prop firm before. How did you find the channel? What do you trade? What exactly is your story? I want to hear the scoop on you, Ryan. Ryan O'Quinn. What's your story? How did you find the channel? What makes you interested in day trading? Luna says, never want to trade on a prop again after today. Okay, I need a follow-up to that one. Hi, is your main chart scrambled for everyone or just me? Oh boy. Believe it or not, that's not scrambled. That's how I read the market. I know, it's crazy, right? This is probably a chart that you're used to. This is an order flow chart. 5 years and never a prop firm. Amen. There you go. Nice. Question is, which prop firm have I not traded on? That is a great question. All right, Luna, I need a follow-up from you, and Ryan, I need a follow-up from you. Channel was suggested for me through YouTube. Got into trading in 2020 by getting wrecked trading crypto leverage. Took a reel now, trying to start again, learning the right way. Okay, cool. Welcome. There you go. Okay, Ryan. So prop firms allow you to trade essentially a paper account at a much smaller cost. So for instance, this right here that you see at the bottom of the screen, this is a balance of $104,598. That is a prop firm account, okay? Using, well, I can't even buy it anymore, but let's just say, I think my cost to buy these accounts was $1,000. I'm pretty sure. $200 per account. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember what I paid for these things. I think it's $200 per account. I got 5 accounts, so I paid $1,000 in for these accounts. I've traded them for 4 trading days in total, and now I'm going to get a payout from them for $10,000. I'm going to do that live on stream. This allows new traders or traders who have never really had success in trading. It allows you to trade at a very low cost, right? So if I wanted to do this with my own money, essentially I'm putting my own money at risk if I'm doing it with my own money. Now, to be able to make $10,000 in 4 days with my own money, I'm trying to be realistic here. There's no way that I could do it with less than $5,000. There's just no fucking shot. I mean, I would have to be extremely, extremely lucky, right? There's no way I'd be able to do it without depositing $5,000, right? Not a shot. So without me depositing $5,000, I was able to get $10,000 in a payout. The good news about that is I didn't have to risk $5,000. Yes, I had to risk $1,000. I thought it was cheaper. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay $1,000 for these 5 accounts. Does anyone know how much were the Lucid Black 100K accounts? What were those? How much were those? I think they're like $149. I think they're even cheaper. Were they $200? $120, right? Yeah, they weren't even that expensive. Dude, so I'm into these for like $500, bro. Like, let's just call it $750, right? I'm into this for $750. If I deposit $5,000 into a brokerage account, so many things can go wrong where I can lose the $5,000. And by the way, it's pretty unlikely that I'll be able to go from $5,000 to an account with $15,000 in it in 4 trading days. It's probably just, it's entirely unrealistic. So this allows me to basically maximize my leverage, right? And for newer traders, Ryan, I'm talking to you, newer traders or traders who are trying to come back into a safer environment, it allows you to have real market experience at a very low exposure, right? Your dollar risk exposure in the market is very small, and your potential upside is, as you can see here, very high. I'm not like taking a massive payout on these things, by the way. This is like pretty much the minimum payout that I'm taking in these bad doggers. So I think it's pretty cool, and I'm glad that you found the channel. So give a big welcome here to Ryan. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. Luna, what'd you say? I blew a 150K. I had all green days on, still green on all others, but yeah. Which prop firm was that in, Luna? I'm curious. Kakarov says, mate 16 and locking out till tomorrow, GLOBEX. Payout Friday. Let's go, Kakarov. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Ryan says, yeah, I need to try that. I heard your story, how you started keep topping your account up to 100K and blowing it every time. I did that, but not as much money. Need to try props for sure. Yeah, that was a long time ago we were doing that. I had that habit for, I would like to say a long time, but the money was extensive and I kind of cut myself off before it became too much of a problem. But I do remember like the mental gymnastics that I was giving to myself where I was like, oh, the reason why I'm losing is because my account doesn't have 6 figures in it. That was a real thought I had. Probably one of the dumbest fucking things you could possibly think. Oh, the reason why I'm losing is because my account doesn't have 6 figures in it. It's got 5 figures, and so for that reason I'm out. So stupid. Beyond stupid. It was an XFA, hadn't used them for a while. Gotcha. What's up, John? How are you, buddy? Luna, I'm curious, in your XFA, what was it that caused you to lose your account today? Is there anything we can talk through that maybe we can learn together? Anything that we can work on together? Were you, I mean, I didn't look at the market in the afternoon, but it looked like it got kind of choppy after the fact. Libredo says, I just need $25 to pass an eval. Don't go for $25. Instead, go for a good trade, right? If you try to go for $25, you're going to lose a trade because you're going to be too tight or whatever. You're going to lose, and now you're going to have to go for, I need $125. You lose that trade, now I need to go for $250. Instead of just waiting for a really clean setup and overshoot the moon by a little bit, right? Luna says, I tilted after trading discipline all week. What was the source of the tilt? And when you say tilting, tilt comes in so many different forms. What was it that caused the tilt, and what type of tilt did you go on? To be honest, I haven't had. Last time I tilted, I think probably last week in when I was trading some evals or something. I took a trade quick on ES. That was my setup without seeing NQ. Looked the opposite. Interesting. Got it. If my first trade is a looser, I tried to wait 30 minutes to the next one. That's not a bad idea right there. Very, very nice. How do I find out how long I've watched the stream for? It's just exclamation point watch time. Bug Trade says, can you talk about handle red days? Today I was down 300 and went down to 800. Was able to get back green, but it could have been bad. Well, that in and of itself is probably what's going to cause you problems long term, right? I'm going to read what you said again and see if you can discover what the issue is here. You said, today I was down 300, went down to 800, was able to get back green, but it could have been bad. What do you think I'm going to say? What do you think I'm going to say? Like, what do you think is the problem? How is that going to cause you problems in the future? Does anybody know? Nobody knows? Revenge trading? Yeah, I guess that's a way we can look at it. Okay, so let's call it revenge trading. The reason why is this. Now, I don't know if you broke your rule, right? But here's the thing. If you're trying to solve that problem, what you did is you just created an even bigger problem for yourself. Why? Well, because your brain went through a situation today. And what was that situation? Your brain went through the situation of, I took some trades or a trade and you lost. And there's a part of your brain that said, I ought to shut down, right? I think you said you were down 300. All right, let me go back here and see. Okay, so you're down 300 and your brain was like, I should stop. And then you took it down to 800 and you said, I really should stop. And then you kept trading and then you made it back. Here's the problem now. If you're trying to solve that problem, which is a big issue, right? My biggest losing day last year was I lost 10% of my account. I lost $200,000. I did that all pretty much in a matter of 3 or 4 hours, right? I lost 10% of my account. There was tons of time left in the day to trade, but I capped myself at a 10% loss. Not because the broker had a thing there, but because I said, if I keep going, this is going to be a bad thing, and there weren't any other setups for me. $200,000 is a lot of money too, but it was more that I was hitting around 10%. The account at the time, I think I had 2.3 million in the account. So losing 200,000 brought me down to like 2.1 or so. But the long and the short of it is that I stopped myself. Yeah, I could have kept going and it could have been a disaster. I could lose $1 million. I could lose $2 million. It's not that hard to lose money in the markets, as you know. Here's the point though. If you lost $300 and your brain is saying, hey, I should probably be done for the day. And then you dig yourself a little bit deeper. And now that whole ideology of I'm going to have rules and I'm going to try to make things right just went out the window. And now you're saying, well, I'm just going to go. I'm already this deep in the hole. I'm just going to keep going for it. The problem is the next time that you're confronted with that $300 losing day, or even just a $200 losing day, and you say, you know what, shoot, I'm out of the pocket. Your brain is going to say, nope, last time that happened, we made it back. So I'm going to try to make it back now. And that's not good, because here's the problem. You have no way of trusting yourself in the future. The reason why I can trade the size that I do in a cash account is because I have complete trust with myself. I know, at least for years now, that I can trust myself. I can trust myself. And that's a big deal. And I don't care if you're in a prop firm evaluation account. I don't care if you're in an XFA. I don't care if you're trading a cash account, right? The goal here is to eventually be trading a cash account, right? We'd all want to get to that level of trading a cash account if we haven't yet. But the problem is this, and this is my problem that I had early on in my career, and I didn't realize it until I started journaling a whole ton. I realized that the reason why I had so much stress and so much anxiety in my own trading was because I had no trust in myself. I knew that I was capable of doing things and blindsiding myself and then reaping the repercussions of what I did to myself after the fact. Did I feel bad about losing $200,000 last year? Sure. Did I recover it in 3 days? I certainly did. I didn't recover it in 1 day because I wasn't rushing or anything. I recovered it and then some in about 3 days' time. It wasn't a plan. It was just the market set up in those 3 days. I was able to make that $200,000 pass pretty fast, make it back pretty fast. Now, there's a stark difference between the way that I felt losing the $200,000. It was a few, like 5, 6, 7. Well, it's fucking March now. This was back in December that I lost $200,000. Do you think I felt bad about that in any other sense other than the fact that, yeah, it sucks to draw down 10% of your account? But did I feel bad about what I did? No, because I was controlled. I didn't take any trades that were out of pocket. I think it was like 8 or 9 trades that I took that session. It was during the Bank of Japan thing. I'm pretty sure it was around the Bank of Japan thing, and I had expectations. I was trying to force a bias, and I thought things were going to happen. I got off size in a trade. I was very sized up, and I lost a trade for like 60K here, lost another trade for like 50K here. You lose enough trades, it adds up, right? But did I feel bad about how I conducted myself as a trader? The answer is no, right? And all the way through, from the loss to the recovery, we'll call it that 4 days in time, 1 day for the loss, 3 days for the recovery. Did I feel bad about how I conducted myself as a trader? The answer is no. Why? Because I had control of myself. I didn't go on tilt when I lost the $200,000, and I didn't try to make it back and get out of drawdown in a hurry. It just happened that way. It was 3 trading sessions to get out of a 10% drawdown. And I did have $200,000 to lose, right? Because my account at the time was 2.3 million cash. So me losing that $200,000 was perfectly fine with what my risk settings and risk parameters were. So I didn't feel bad losing it in the sense that I felt that I lacked control, and I didn't feel like I was rushing to make it back. So I felt controlled the whole way. That to me is what separates a professional trader from an amateur trader, right? I'm not trying to suck my own dick or anything here, but I'm just trying to explain to you, this is me 12 years into the game. Yes, I still have problems. Yes, I still have tilt. Yes, I still get emotional from time to time. But when you're talking about big numbers like this, there is no excuse, right? There is no margin for error when you're talking about big numbers from that. If you want to become $1 million trader, you want to make millions of dollars eventually trading. Yes, props are a stepping stone to get there, but it's going to take you years and years to get you. But here's the thing. If you don't practice these habits early on, they're going to linger and they're going to show their ugly head when you want it the least to happen, right? And I say that where it's like you have an account that's doing so well and you've been keeping it going for 5+ weeks and all of a sudden, boom, you blow it. Why? Because you didn't follow your rules or you're bringing bad habits into the game. One of those bad habits is what you did today, where you took it from 300 to 800 and then you got out of the hole. So think about that next time that you're trading. It's extremely important. Extremely important that you're not breaking your rules, because you don't want to solidify pathways in your brain that are for the reward center in your brain that feed your brain dopamine and good feelings for when you're breaking your rules. Because when you go from 300 down to 800 and then back to even or whatever the case, you probably broke your rules. Now, if you didn't, you didn't, but I'm just going to assume that that's probably what you did. So think about that next time that you're trading. That's very, very important. All right, we are pulling back here. Taking no trades. It's just, an up and down here. Nothing really interesting. I mean, it's good range, at least. It's good range. I just loaded up on 4 Apex EOD 50Ks with code RIPS. I like to trade just evals in Asia session, and all I currently had was 2 funded accounts. There you go. Good luck to you. Good luck to you, sir. Full send D's nuts says gonna send along here. Good luck to you, sir. As Schmidt says, yesterday I passed 350K new Apex account in a single session, made 1.5K in Lucid as well. Very nice, very nice. So I'm thinking at the top of the hour, I'll take a payout in my Lucid accounts when we have more people in here. Probably get to, close to 800 or 900 people in here by then, and then we will do that. We will take our Lucid payout. I think this is our second payout. Let me see here. Yeah, this is our second payout ever in Lucid. So hey, how about that? Happy about that. Very nice. What's up, Salah? Okay, Dag Millions has a question. He says, I need advice, Rips. I was green with my trade day funded, but because of a technical accident, I put on too much size and know I am around 200 until the funded is blown. How should I dig myself out now? Trading one MNQ until the drawdown has more distance? That is really your only option. Unfortunately, you are in a very terrible situation, right? Technical issues aside, it's just a shitty situation to be in. We can get ourselves into that situation even without a technical issue, but that is exactly what you have to do. And unfortunately, that's the wave. The good news is that, you're doing this in a funded account, so you do have the chances of being able to potentially make money in this thing again. But the thing is that it's going to give you really good practice of getting out of a bad situation. It's going to teach you how to slow down. It's going to help you a lot in your trading. So thankfully, you get this opportunity. Remember, every single thing that happens like this in the markets is an opportunity for you to learn and better yourself as a trader. That is important. Burline says, hey, I couldn't find those indicators that you have right now in TradingView. Well, Ripsmod just posted them for you. You just click that link and you can get them right now. Daniel says, yesterday, like maybe 20 to 45 minutes after you got off, market started dumping at the level you called. Took him a minute to let it flow. Did you catch any alpha there, Daniel? Candlestick Cowboy says, hey, man, I have to sign off, but I just want to say thank you for dropping those experiences and your perspective on us. I think a lot of us need to hear that side of reality. That's what I do this for, man. There's not a lot of, people that are in this space that are doing this for free that have the experience of, the lessons that I've gone through. And all I can do is just talk about what I've gone through. Your experience might differ completely, but all I can do is talk about the experiences that I've gone through and talk about them from my heart and what it felt like. And hopefully me talking about those experiences can help you along your trading journey. That's the whole idea here. So I thank you for tuning in. Newbie says, when you're trading in 50K sizes like you were, do you feel you become part of the absorption and trap participants you wouldn't get trading props? So when I'm trading hundreds of contracts, it's not without precise decision making. I don't just, there's never a time if I'm thinking about sizing into a position, I'm never going to do that willy-nilly, right? I need to make sure that there's liquidity for me. It's a planned out situation. I'm not just firing from the hip. That's completely reckless. Back when I was, in my earlier times of trading, when I was blasting off and blowing through money, first year or two, I wasn't as premeditated in my approach. And that definitely cost me a lot of money. But it taught me, that that's a bad thing to do, But yeah, there's no, like right now, I'm not going to fire into the market 100 contracts because, I haven't even thought of the idea, if I'm being honest with you. I haven't even thought of the idea to do that. Where's my exit liquidity? There's no point. Like why, if I can wait for the market to give me really nice opportunities, that's how I'm going to make my money if I'm just patient, right? Anyone had issues with Apex delayed payout approval? It's in pending status from the last few days. So listen, I would have chalked that up to the idea that they have launched tons of new shit on their website, and I think they're bogged down with that. If you're trading on their legacy products, which you have to be because you can't get a payout yet on their new products, it hasn't been enough days passing, I would just be patient. Reach out to support if you need to, but I would be patient. I would assume that you're going to get paid within the next 5 days. Dean says, I've only started trading and have a whole $400 to start with. I'm here to get some knowledge and information on how to become a better trader. Well, you're in the right place, I think. If you're looking to start, I would start in a paper account. I would not even put risk into the market. Once you feel comfortable on a paper account, head on over to propfirms.gg, take the quiz, see which accounts, which firms are the best for you, and then take it from there. But there's no rush, man. Listen, a lot of people who really want to start day trading, they rush into it, and it's this ready, fire, aim approach. And because of that, they end up costing themselves money that they could have spent on challenge accounts later on when they were more well-versed in the market. There's generally no cost for a paper account. You can paper trade on TradingView at no cost. Obviously, if you don't have any self-control, it's going to be hard not to over-leverage on that paper account and, take it slow. But to be honest with you, I would just start with a paper account, especially if your budget is $400. That guy Mark says, can we trade gold on Apex yet? No, certainly not. Undefeated says, a lot of people come into this space with the delusion of a get-rich-quick scheme, mainly from the people you mentioned in the morning stream, so thank you for bringing reality to people. I can't stand it, man. It's really unfortunate that is the reality, unfortunately. It's ridiculous to think that you're going to be able to master something as difficult as trading in under a few years. And I don't even consider myself that I've even come close to mastering trading. Yes, I'm consistently profitable, but for me to say that I've mastered trading is outrageous. This is my 12th year of trading too, and I wake up every single day with some level of fear and anxiety that, boy, I could have a big red day today. It wasn't too long ago. We were just talking about it. A $200,000 red day. That's not fun. It's a hole I had to dig out of. And, if you're not emotionally sound, it's going to be even more difficult. So, yeah, getting rich quick is something that does not happen with trading unless you're extremely lucky. And most people who get rich quick with trading get poor quick shortly thereafter. In fact, during COVID, I have a funny story. During COVID, one of my friends who knew I was a trader, right? COVID was an endless amount of opportunities. He knew I was a trader. He basically asked me for a bunch of call outs and shit like that. Essentially, I traded his account for him, but without touching the buttons, right? Telling him what to buy and which things to buy. Long story short, in about a week, he ran up $1.2 or $1.4 million, $1.7 million, something. 7-figure balance. And then he stopped talking to me. It took him about a week to blow through all 7 figures and return that count to exactly 0. So easy come, easy go. Let's see here. When you're not streaming, how do you fill your time when the market is doing nothing? I struggle with this. Pick up some hobbies. Play tennis. Go to the gym. Go play poker. Go shopping. There's a whole life to be living outside of the market. Newer traders tend to think that the market is the only thing, right? Me personally, I look forward to the weekends. Sometimes I don't when I've had when the market is hot, sometimes I don't want the market to close. But for the most part, my 12th year of trading, it's nice to take breaks from the market. The market will be there. There will be great days in the market continuously. I promise you that my best day of this year has not happened yet. I'd be pretty shocked, right? And I've had some good days so far in my cash account this year. I think I'm going to have a really much better day, right? My best day last year was $400 and something thousand in my cash account. Probably going to top it this year. If I don't, I don't. But hey, has that day happened? It hasn't happened yet, but maybe it will. Who knows? So I don't really care. You think about it in that way. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm a trader. I'll be here when it's around. And if I'm not, I'm not. And there'll be another day that's great, You just have to be a bit more nonchalant. Don't be so hard up on things. I remember, even like 2016, 2017 market, it wasn't like super spectacular, but I just remember like my mindset of being like, oh God, I hope I don't miss a day, It's okay to miss days. It really doesn't matter. What was the biggest lot size you took on your Percy last year? 100 contracts. But I did take 200 contracts at once. I took 100 in GC and 100 in silver at the same time. You can watch that stream on YouTube December 29th. Is it worth Apex new products as they have limit on payouts and also they won't pay the buffer amount when they close after the 6th payout? That's ridiculous to think like that. I promise you that anybody that thinks like that probably is not getting consistent payouts. The amount of payouts you can get in the $150,000 accounts is $410,000. I would consider myself a fairly successful person, and I think that making $410,000 across 6 payouts is a shit ton. And if that's not enough for you, well, I'm sorry, you must be the Prince of Dubai or something. 100 minis in GC. Yep, Ripspawn said it. Trading is a get-rich-quick scheme. If you have discipline to follow a proven system with years of positive expected value, you can get rich quick. You contradicted yourself in the sentence that you wrote, so I don't really understand that. Maybe English isn't your first language. Where can I find the quiz to see which prop firm is good for me? Propfirms.gg. Rush into this space and you will end up spending as much as you would on a university degree. Yes. AB says, so I'm trying to get to as many questions. Yep, I lost so much money rushing in the beginning. Wish I had all those thousands out to buy prop firm accounts. Yeah, and a lot of the stuff that I do say on this stream, a lot of this stuff, I know that there's a lot of people who are going to watch and just be like, yeah, fuck that. I know better. I'm not one of those people. I thought the same way when I first started trading. The worst thing that happened to me when I started trading, the absolute worst thing that happened to me when I first started trading was I had a really big day in the first week. Think about that. That was the worst thing that happened to me as a day trader starting out. The very first week I traded, it was a $30,000 or $60,000 profitable day. The worst thing that ever happened to me. Why? Because I sat there and I was like, wow, everybody's a fucking retard. This is the easiest money I've ever made. I'm going to close up shop at all my companies. I'm going to sell every single business I have. And this is all I'm going to do because this is the easiest fucking thing I've ever done in my life. Big mistake. I did not do that, but it was not a good feeling thinking that like, oh man, what happened? Like, how am I so stupid? Anyway, long story short, it's not easy. It never will be easy. AZ says, good evening, Rips. I have a full-time job, can only trade GLOBEX. I'm tired of losing, though, since price moves violently and liquidity is thin. Any tips on how to trade GLOBEX? Have you tried trading the S&Ps? I know they don't move much, but also, like, look, yesterday's GLOBEX session was fine. It's going to be a lot of patience in waiting for those sessions. And, it sucks that there aren't, as many opportunities in GLOBEX, but is what it is, Undefeated says, it's sad to see how toxic the whole community can be, so people should always look for information from people, but also do research and learn yourself. It'll be worth it. I agree. Ryan says, when I first started trading, I made $40,000 overnight on a BTC trade, and I thought I was smarter than the market. Obviously gave it all back, and more big wins at the start is the worst thing you can do. Crazy. We have a very similar story. And dude, the first thing I thought was like, wow, everybody's fucking retarded. How does nobody do this? Like, why do people still have jobs? This is the easiest money I've ever made in my life. No, it's not. Does your P&L ever get considered in making a trade? Do you even care until after a trade? Honestly, I'm not thinking about P&L when I take a trade. I'm thinking about the size I'm going to take and where my stop is going to be. My risk is usually percentage based, but it's based like, when you've been trading for long enough, there's a certain field that you develop. I know what a 10 lot trade is going to give me versus a 20 or 50 lot trade. When I'm putting on 100 contracts, I better damn be sure about that trade, right? But I'm not trading for P&L in the sense of like that. Obviously I'm trading for money, but I'm not like, I'm about to make 10 grand on this trade. No, I'm like, this is a 5 contract trade. This is where my stop's going to be. This is where my ad would be. This is what I'd really like to see. And this would be my no nonsense out of this trade type of line in that trade. Your emotions go up and down with your P&L. That's a recipe for disaster. And it's a very hard thing to do, right? A lot of people, if you do start getting lucky enough to start making money in this very difficult game, one of the hardest things to do is actually scaling, because a lot of people will do really, really well eventually, right? Let's just say you're 3 years into your trading journey, right? You're 3 years into your journey, and then you start to turn a corner and you start to become profitable with the size that you're comfortable with. Problem becomes is if you start to scale too quickly, that number can increase a lot faster than you thought. Let's just say that you're a 2-lot trader and all of a sudden you start trading 4 lots. Well, guess what, pumpkin? You just increase your size by 100%. And ergo, you will increase your profits and your losses by 100%. That's simple math, boo-boo. A lot of people aren't prepared for that, and their emotions will swing with that. So one of the things that I would caution you is that you ought to take it very, very slow, especially when things start to work out for you. Still catching up on questions here. Ribs, what settings should I start with on Bookmap? Just mess with all of them and see what you like. But one of the ones that people really tend to think that is the best is if you right click, you go to heat map settings and you turn off vertical smoothing. Go to vertical smoothing none, because otherwise it's going to look like that, right? Here's manual, here's none. That's usually the setting that people are looking for. So there you go. Stress says, the way you trade props, is it similar to the profits you would make when you grew your cash account from 100K to 2 mil last year? Yes and no. When I'm trading 100K, I have a lot of drawdown. And I think the biggest size that I took in the very first month that I was trading that cash account, I think the biggest size I took was 12 contracts. On a lot of these prop firms, you can use 20x leverage like on Apex and you have a much larger account, but still it's just a little bit different, right? Trading a cash account is always going to be different than trading on a prop. I do try my hardest, right? I do try my hardest, but it is, to say that it's exactly the same or even very similar to it would be a lie. Prop firms are always going to be different. They're just different than trading a cash account. They really are. If you have a proven system, you can make life-changing money sizing appropriately. If only it was that easy, my friend. Undefeated says, you're absolutely right. I had a negative 400 day, which might not be much for others, but I took 2 to 3 days off and came back with all green days since. So the mind space, it is important to recover. There you go. Is trade day better than take profit trader? I've only traded one single account on trade day. And I think I blew it in one single trade because it was like a 2 trades or 3. I don't remember. I think it was 2 days. I don't even remember, dude. So I haven't really given it a good shot. Trade day, I haven't given it a good shot. So it's not, I'm the wrong person to ask about that. Probacious says, you can follow someone else's system that has a proven positive expected value, even if you just started. Listen, I'm from the camp that I could give you a 95% win rate strategy and you're still going to find a way to fuck it up. If only it was that easy. We're not robots. We're emotional. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose money. You're going to feel some type of way when you lose money. You're going to go back and rage trade, revenge trade. If only it was that easy. The way that you're talking, I can just say I wholeheartedly disagree with what you're saying. And it's fine to disagree, but I'm just, I'm speaking from 12 years of doing this. If it was that easy, wouldn't have taken people 5 years to figure it out. It's a lot harder than being like, wow, I got this system and here's my setup and let me take it. And if it was only that easy, it's not. Now Apex have a payout cap for a new product. They will pay only maximum of 6 payouts for 150K. Incorrect. It's 410,000. 410,000, not 150,000. Incorrect information there, Alpha. Let's see here. That happened to me too. Made took 5K payouts in the first month. Yeah, it'll set you wrong. Moria says, no trades for me today. Didn't see any opportunities today during New York session. I got to give you some applause for that one. No trades. Not jumping into a trade that you didn't feel. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. TP says, my first trade was Blue Apron. Whenever COVID hit and it went from 6 to 22 in 2 days, thought it was always going to be that easy. Yeah, a lot of people did. TradingView has a million positive expectancy pine strategies. Anyone can follow these signals and make money as long as you have discipline to keep size mathematically sensible. Listen, that could not be more wrong, my friend. Literally, if that was the case, I could set a fucking robot to trade my account and I could literally print money. You are so wrong about that, it's not even funny. If that was correct, why wouldn't you just vibe code something with Claude to take those exact trades and just go fucking live on an island, my friend? Seriously, go vibe code a robot that's going to take those TradingView Pine strategies and execute them for you, and then just go fucking take a vacation because you're going to be a billionaire overnight. Easy. right? The API is too slow. Well, fuck. God damn it. We could have been billionaires if the API wasn't too slow. That's what's holding us back. God damn it. Between us and $1 billion, it was the fucking API. I knew it. God damn it. Can you believe it, guys? We almost became billionaires because all we had to do was just set up a robot to follow Pine scripts. Holy shit. Where are you from? What is your name? Prebacious. Where are you from, Prebacious? Where are you from? What country are you from? And why is it not India? What part of India are you from? Let's start there. Serbia. Got it. How many billions are you worth? Since, trading is just following a system and hiding your P&L. Not racist. It's from being on social media and every single comment that I get from people being like, trading is easy, especially on Instagram. I click on their profile and it's somebody from Mumbai, somebody from Bangalore, or whatever the fuck it is. And every single one of them is like, this guy doesn't know trading. Trading is easy. Trading is simple. Oh, God. I would be a billionaire with Pine Script, but it would be too easy. Like, I try to be helpful, but man. I'm kidding. I'm also from India. Forex is more famous here than futures for now. Dude, am I wrong, though? Like, dude, so many people that comment on my shit about how trading could not be easier are, like, literally people from India. I swear to God, for some reason. I swear to God. I have nothing towards Indians. We have a lot of people from India that watch the stream that are really trying to make their trading better. And I think that kind of hustle is something that should be really championed. But I'm telling you, there is a segment from people from India that tell me how shitty my trading is, how bad of a trader I am, and how I should just be following this X, Y, and Z system. I swear to God. I swear to God. It's unbelievable. Will streams always be free? Yes. Actually, no, that's a lie. The streams I will start charging for are going to be when they air on days that are not ending in Y. So on those streams, I do charge about $11.384. Trading is easy. 5-year-olds can do it. Making profit takes skill. I mean, there's so much. Trading is never going to be easy, guys. I'm sorry, but I skipped over a lot of questions now because we went into pure and total madness here. But yeah, trading will never be easy. Animated Sports says, what are the best ticker to day trade? There's no real best one, but the ones that we focus on are futures. So we're looking at NASDAQ futures and we're looking at S&P futures. Trading at its core is simple, sure. You sell the highs, you buy the lows, right? Trading at its core is simple, but doing it over and over with precise execution and consistency without getting too emotional is another thing. It's almost impossible. That's what makes trading so hard. What's your preferred broker and platform to trade your cash account? AMP, EdgeClear, and surprisingly, TradingView. And I started trading on TradingView in futures for the first time last year. I did so well. I'm not changing it. There is another platform that I've been using this year, but I don't like to talk about it because it's completely irrelevant to people. I once invested $5K in a Forex bot trader that had positive track record for 5 years. The next day I lost it all, and apparently it was the worst market day the bot has ever experienced. It's crazy. And then if you ask the person who got suckered in the same scam as you and they bought it a week later, it's crazy, but the Forex bot again had its worst day ever in history, in the history of the 5 years that it has been around. Nope, surprisingly, it's not Trading Technologies. That's not the platform that I'm currently using in tandem with TradingView. No, it is not. What are some habits to better your psychology for trading? really programming your mind to understand that less is more, and that no matter how hard you try to fight it, this is going to be a forever journey, right? If you want this to be a full-time gig, if you want to make actual millions of dollars eventually, look, I'm going to shoot you straight right now. There's a lot of people that are watching right now, and this sucks to say this. There's a lot of people watching right now that no matter how hard you try, you'll never be able to make millions of dollars from trading. And I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. It's the law of averages, right? But if you do want to be that person eventually that does pull millions of dollars out of the market, you have to succumb to the fact that this is a lifelong journey. This is not I'm gonna do this for 5 years and make a ton of money, and then I'm finally gonna retire on an island, I'm gonna be done. That's not a reality. This is a lifelong journey. If you're not prepared to do this for the rest of your life, you should probably get out now. And it should be something that you enjoy. For me to be able to do 2 streams a day talking about nothing pretty much other than fucking people's moms and trading, that is a dedication to something that I enjoy a lot of, right? So if you don't enjoy this, if you're sitting here and you're hating this every day, like you wake up and you're like, I fucking hate doing this, guess what? You can get out right now, right? You can get out right now. It's not going to get much easier. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to get much easier. But you do get to a point where you can manage how difficult it is, right? You can manage how difficult this is. But it's never going to get easier. You're never going to use the E word. I'm telling you right now. It's never going to be at a point where you wake up and you finish your trading day and you go, that was easy. There will be days that are easier than others, but never have I ever, when it comes to trading big size, right? Trading size that actually matters, some significant amount of money, where I sit there and I go, oh boy, that was easy. Oh, that was easy. Now, I will say this. I promise you this. If you do get to that level in your trading, right? You do get to an elite level of being very good at trading. There will be times where you realize that that amount of money is almost impossible to make in any other form of life that is legal, right? Maybe selling bricks of cocaine off the coast of Cuba or something, but probably don't want to get into doing that. There will be no other way that you could make hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day legally. Do you know what I mean? But again, if you're not committed to taking this seriously, where you're saying, I'm going to commit to this for the rest of my life, and you probably want to get the fuck away right about now. Ribs, can you talk more on how big players hedge on futures because of their positions in stocks? You talked about it on your short today, how that drives the S&P and NASDAQ. So what big funds will do, let's say that they have a huge amount of exposure to Microsoft and to NVIDIA, right? Let's just say that they have a multi-billion-dollar position and they're exposed to Microsoft and NVIDIA. They're doing it in options and they're doing it in equity shares, right? And they're doing it for a huge client of theirs, or they're doing it for their firm, or whatever the case. One thing they can do is they can be short in the NASDAQ and short in the S&P to mitigate their risk if they're worried about, like, for instance, let's say that there is a chance that, let's say they're heavily invested in Microsoft and NVIDIA. Maybe over the next quarter, they're expecting Microsoft and NVIDIA to do poorly, right? So what they will do is build a large short position, either surreptitiously or obviously, which would not really make much sense, but surreptitiously over 3-6 weeks or more immediate. And they do this via algorithms, right? They do this via algorithms. They can do it time-weighted average price, volume-weighted average price, certain levels and ranges. They can have a certain model of risk that says that they need to be short the NASDAQ at a certain level and short the S&P at a certain level because of their exposure. And they've done models on this, that they have a bigger, stronger ATR that they're looking at over the last 6 months. They're saying, well, the ATR in the NASDAQ, the ATR in the S&Ps over the last 6 months was X, Y, and Z. Based on our model and our exposure, we need to have a short position of 20,000 contracts before expiry, and then maybe kick those down the road when March expires and do that. There's a lot of different ways that they could be looking at it, but they're usually doing this with models that make sense, that are based on a multitude of different aspects of both of these products. A lot of the time, that's what these products are used for, versus simply trying to extract money from the market. Now, there are people that also know about this and that can see this and that are using that to say, okay, well, they're building a short position here. They're doing this to protect maybe an equity exposure. And because of that, we can exploit that sizing or exploit that position, at least temporarily around certain levels, right? Us as day traders can use this information to help us kind of guide around certain points and levels. For instance, if you see a lot of selling going on and for some reason it doesn't make much sense, you can usually use that as, okay, this is an area where they're artificially protecting this. We can commit this level. We can mark out this level. And over the next 6 weeks, we can monitor this level. And if it's still not being heavily sold, or if the selling there was artificial and it didn't make sense, we can use that level as a backstop. So there's a lot of different ways to look at it. How did those big banks manipulate the markets? I mean, give me more information. There's a lot of different ways they can manipulate it. That's what bookies do who take sports back. It's called passing on a bet to a bigger bookie. You can do that too. That's another way to do it. It's just hedging. It's mitigating risk, right? There's a lot of times where books will be delta neutral because there's so much turmoil in what's going on in the macro environment, right? Think about how many people got burned over what happened in silver because silver had a 6 sigma, 10 sigma event. These things happened and there were people that were off sides who were short silver, right? Shorting silver at 50s, shorting silver at 60s and 70s. They got blown out. And, you know, in order to get on the correct side of that, it's not something you can just snap unwind, but you saw that. I remember it was, gosh, I believe in the end of December or mid-December where I saw literally on the book somebody getting completely destroyed in silver, and it was in after hours, and it was like on a Friday, and it's like, wow, somebody's getting fired right now because they should have fucking unwound that shit during regular trading hours. And, you know, they didn't expect silver to continue as much as it did, but, you know, there's a lot of things that are going on like that. It's up to us as day traders to try to capitalize on those types of moves and find out the why. Algorithm itself is a manipulation proof because it's efficient beyond your comfort. Oh, good Lord. Buddy, listen, I've tried to keep up with you and I've tried to be nice, but a lot of shit that you're saying is just beyond fucking retarded. I'm sorry, but it is. Premise, why traders move their stop and wondering if they ever did that, and if you did, what changed that mindset to keep... so I just use my stop around market structure. You know, I just use my my shit around market structure. That silver drop was the biggest manipulation. Listen, there's not one singular algorithm that powers a market, my friend. Oh, God. Ripsy, I've watched your pitch and catch videos, but I struggle to understand how that strategy works in confluence with volume profile shelves and ledges. I mean, shit, there's a lot of videos on YouTube about it now. And in fact, there was a short that was released today on it. Have you really watched all of the videos on it? Traders move their stops because they don't have the testicular fortitude or conviction in their trading methods. I mean, maybe, but it's also that, you know, fear of losing. You'll often hear when I'm trading a position live on stream, I'll be talking about very specifically, this is where my line in the sand is, right? This is where my line in the sand is. Hash says, how do you make your daily bias? Like, what do you do when you get on your setup? Just a short summary. The first thing I'm doing is I'm mapping out where the Mag 7 are on the day and how does it relate to where they've been trading in the last 3 months, for example. I'm also looking at what's going on in the macro environment, right? What's going on in the macro environment is very important. What's going on in the world, what's coming around the bend, how close are we to contract expiry? Is it weekly options expiring? Is it monthly options expiring? You know. Rips, do you think it's a good idea to pay? Oh, God. Okay. The algorithm is a constant fight between all of the individuals, trading participants, orders in their trading bots, execution. Yeah, but it's not there's no singular algorithm. If maybe it's a language barrier thing. There's no singular algorithm that powers the market. It's a multitude of participants that are all trading in the markets. There's no singular algorithm that is moving the market around. There is... There's a matching engine. That's as close as you'd get to a singular algorithm. In the CME, there's a matching engine. That's as close as you're going to get to it. You have the Mag 7 on the screen always. Yes. Let me go ahead and post my setup. As I always do. I'm going to post it on Instagram. And there we go. Post it on Instagram. Order flow is the kind of the algorithm. How do you explain the sell buy sweeps? Because there's the same way that I crashed the multi-billion-dollar gold market single-handedly. People are like, how could you do that? Well, because I targeted an area where there were stops and it created a cascading pattern and it created a velocity logic event. We showed that on stream. The market itself is multi-billions of dollars, but you can move the market without billions of dollars because you can target cascading areas of stops. So if an algorithm is set to stop out and then that algorithm is set to stop out and that algorithm behind that one is set to stop out and bum, that's why they have a velocity logic event, is to stop that going infinity, right? Before, they didn't have these protections in the market. Before, gosh, what was it? 9/11 that we introduced limit up, limit down, LULD. Was that after 9/11 that we introduced that? Or was that after the Great Financial Crisis? I can't recall when we did that. Somebody's got to know. What is the front runner most of the time? Like if Tesla goes up and NQ lags, it helps predict momentum in a direction. What is the front runner most of the time? Oh, I mean, it's the ones that have the biggest weight. So Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Tesla is really not that big of a weight. That's why I have them all up. That's why I'm monitoring all of them at the same time. Like if we have them moving in tandem, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to trade. You can be so choosy in your trades for the NASDAQ and the S&P that you literally wait for a day where you have nothing but pure confluence across the Mag 7. And I'm talking like every single thing moving in the same direction. And you have news that is specifying that it should all be moving in that same direction. Nelson says, thinking about trading a live account, which singular broker would you recommend? How much money are you looking to trade, first of all? Am I going to gamble tonight on stake? I don't know. I lost today. I'd rather just wait until tomorrow. What do prop firms do with their sim trade data? Trade live against it. I think that there are some prop firms out there that actually utilize that data from their more profitable traders, but I'm not sure because I don't run a prop firm and I don't have access to that information. All I know is the rumors. $5,000 live account, I would do either AMP. I mean, it's the two brokers that I always recommend, AMP or EdgeClear. EdgeClear is an introducing broker. They would be able to introduce you to the right platform, the right partner, the right brokerage that would handle that. But AMP, their margins are fine for a $5,000 live account, although I would caution against that. And I'm not saying this to take a dig at you, but you know, if you don't have years of experience, you're better off trading props. You just are. You're better off trading props. That money will go further trading props. We're about to take a payout live on stream here from Lucid. My investment into these props was $500 and some odd, and I'm going to be able to take out $10,000. For me to take for me, who's been doing this for 12 years, to take a $5,000 cash account and trade that into $15,000 is a 300% increase. Very difficult. Very difficult. So, Rips, we ready to pitch and catch with a Rips reverse? Yeah. Can you anticipate big candle moves? If yes, how? Just watching order flow. For instance, you know, there's certain things that we can identify. You know, this is obviously in hindsight, but, you know, as we're pushing up here, you can see that people are already shorting into this move because there's a lot of liquidity being lifted from the offer, from the ask, and it's large versus like this is very sparse in these smaller bubbles. And especially here, you get one final push and then you get a retry in this. I mean, that is essentially, this would be your pitch and catch right here. That would be your entry. This would be your second pitch and catch. But for looking for reversals, you're looking for this type of pattern where you have an entry of people that are very much heavily shorting that, and then a retry and a huge rejection off of that. That is very thin, and that is a capping rejection. So that could invite a reversal there. BK says, I think some firms take that sim data and actively hedge against it as a form of risk management, and there's really nothing wrong with it. I believe that is correct. In fact, I had a conversation with a gentleman who owns a prop firm yesterday, They want me to promote their prop firm, but I want them to improve their back end a little bit more first before I start even trading on it. And he had mentioned that they employ some certain strategies like that. How can you tell people are shorting? When you see heavy offers like that, you can anticipate that or assume that people are likely to be shorting. It's going to be a mix of people shorting and also covering longs. Don't see your post on Instagram with your setup. So if you go to my profile, instagram.com/ripstrades, there's a bubble with my face in it with a little ring around it. You just tap that bubble. That is my Instagram story. I update my story every single day, and it's a way to follow like what's going on in my life, what's going on with trading. I'm very active on Instagram. It's worth following me on there, in my opinion. How is a pitch and catch different than a head and shoulders on a fundamental level? I mean, it can come in so many different ways. This right here is potentially a start of a pitch and catch, and then this is your pitch and catch, and this is another one too. So you have 3 entries here. I don't really see much of a head and shoulders there. I mean, sort of, I guess, but yeah, it's different. At the end of the day, all things are very similar in trading. They're all very similar, and that's why I think order flow is one of the best strategies, because you're combining, you know, what's actually happening on the tape with various points of structure that make sense. How big is your monitor? 49-inch up top, 57-inch on the bottom, 34-inch on the left-hand side. Pitch and catch is nothing like head and shoulders. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be kind. Do you pay attention to all those lines on your order flow software? Yes. How do you read all the different colors? The darker the line, the more liquidity at that line, that price line. Big one is 57 inches. 57-inch Samsung 240 hertz OLED. Rips, do you believe in waiting for confirmation, or are you taking the trade when it hits the level? If so, what is the trigger for you to take the trade? For newer traders, I would recommend break and retest. For more advanced traders, you can follow momentum with order flow with confidence if you learn how to be tight enough with your stops that it won't cost you too much in losses over time. Rips Mod, can you show us a pic of your monitor setup? If you have one, I want a new setup. Again, it's live on my Instagram story right now if you want to go see that. Why does the market behave the way that it does? I mean, why does, e.g., the head and shoulders always come the same? Why does it form like that? Because the market is always seeking value, right? The market is seeking value, and there's expansionary territory, there's consolidatory areas of the market, but the market is consistently searching for fair value, and that value is represented by the participants of the market. Now, a lot of the time, those participants have a certain goal in mind. Those goals are represented through certain various patterns in the market. For instance, if we look over here, what happened down here? What does this signify to you? What happened down there? Right? We have 2 bottoming areas right here, one before, one after. What does that represent right there? Right, there's a couple different answers that are acceptable. Liquidity sweep, demand. I see some bullshit, not gonna lie, that's funny. Excess, that's also correct. But look, there was obviously some people down here that found value in the market, right? We went from participants not finding value in the market because we started to roll, met with, obviously, the market was given some fair value here. The market was found value to enough participants that we haven't come close to touching in that area. Now we can use that as order flow traders to our advantage, that if we did come down, depending on what would bring us that far down again, the market is likely to find value again in that area because it was so aggressively bought up. This, to me, says that the market was completely undervalued in that sell-off. And there's some players that obviously have some type of agenda that said this is valuable here. Obviously, we are trading higher, so they were correct on that. And if you look up here, we're just going from one value area to the next. This is your bigger value zone. So this being mispriced down here makes a lot of sense. This is your even higher value zone, which you can say based on this chart pattern right now, that is extended value. That is overvalued, right? This is overvalued. That's why we're having trouble breaking into that zone up here. And this is why zones are derived the way that they were. When we're looking at the visible range volume profile, or even just any kind of volume profile, what we're judging is that where does the market find most of the value? Well, that answer is done through the point of control. This is where the market has derived most of its value based on what I have on my screen right now. But we can see these blocks of value. Right now, the market has been trading in this big block of value. Furthermore, it's been trading in this whole block of value. That's why the point of control is dead set in the middle of that. That's all we're trying to do as traders, is trying to exploit when the market is out of value. Do we buy it? Do we sell it? Are we going into another area of value? And then if you can figure that out and you can use good risk to reward, or you can use good risk management, you are likely to be a profitable trader over time. There's other things that are happening, right? There's microstructures. For instance, when we're looking at pitch and catch, when we're looking at things like this, going back here, this right here, if you're scalping around this area, this is on the 1 minute. If you're scalping around this area, you could be looking for a sell down here, a sell on that break. And then if you're looking for a reflex trade, a buyback on this, this could be your buy candle because it doesn't trade any lower back into this expected value down here, into that zone. These are the things that you're looking for. I'm trying to give as much strategy out as I possibly can for this GLOBEX stream because we only have one more after this one during this week. But I'm hoping that a lot of this is not falling on deaf ears. I'm really messy with my charts, but it's curious just how relevant levels from November still are to date. Tick precise wicks months later. Guess we're all looking at the same chart, so it's literally a self-fulfilling prophecy, sure. And markets have certain value at certain areas, for sure. I use EMAs. Do you think as a beginner it's a good strategy to follow? Sure. On my Mag 7 charts, I use various EMAs. I use the 7, the 9, the 50, and the 200. I think it's very important to follow those things when you're looking at a broader picture, because where does the market derive value from? For above all of the EMAs, are we overvalued, right? You can use MACD, you can use RSI. There's a lot of different strategies that will work. It just depends on how many eggs you're putting into one basket, right? For me personally, order flow and profile trumps everything. Market profile and order flow for me trumps everything because it just makes sense to me and I can trade around that. At the end of the day, you can sit here and coin flip for the market. If you have good risk management, I'm sure you can become profitable flipping a coin. What time frame do you watch the Mag 7? 15 minutes, always 15-minute bars, because I don't want to get thrown off, specifically off the open. I want to see big moves off the open that are represented in 15-minute bars. And I'm looking for engulfing candles. I'm looking for things that make sense from a candlestick perspective. What book do you recommend based on what you explained right now? Mind Over Markets, Markets in Profile. Those are the two best books that I could recommend. Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling is also very good. But Mind Over Markets and Markets in Profile will really dip into what I'm talking about right now. And in fact, there's a link that Ripsmod just dropped. That is a Twitter post that has a list of books that I recommend that you could probably pick those up from the library. You don't even have to pay for them. Rips, could you share your trading view layout for the Mag 7? Yeah, I'll do that in the future. Rips, if we got 68.94 on my chart will be, oh boy. I didn't even see who was writing it. Mind Over Markets, Markets in Profile, Trading the Zone, Best Loser Wins, Volume Price Analysis. There you go. Those are the best ones. Storm Soldier says, I'm not patient. I need to trade. I'm retarded. Hey, well, at least you're self-aware. There you go. Jay Knowles says, in 5 minutes, you gave concepts that have worked since the inception of the market. We have influencers that try to confuse people with gibberish. I've paid for rooms from old school pro traders that do not get this kind of depth and straightforward info. That's why I'm here, buddy. I'm glad that you found the stream. That's exactly what I'm here to do, man. There's so much fucking nonsense in the trading industry from people who are not profitable, from people who have never made a consistent profit in the market. It's absurd. It's absurd. I love the markets. I love being a streamer and talking about the markets. It's fun for me. I enjoy this. I'm probably a little bit on the spectrum when it comes to trading, to be honest with you. I like trading so much that it got to the point where my wife had to tell me, she said, honey, I don't have a fucking clue of what you're talking about, but I can see you're passionate about it. But honestly, I have no clue what we've been talking about for the last few years. Good evening, Rip. I got past my eval on Apex today. Give it up for John. Let's go, baby. Do I enjoy Pokemon trading? No, I was a Magic the Gathering player. I love Magic the Gathering. I really do. I like chess. I like Magic the Gathering. It's a nice way to unwind. I was playing Magic Arena for a long time during like COVID, I'd play, when I wasn't trading, I would do chess, I would do Wordle, I would do Magic the Gathering, I'd do COD Warzone, what else? I do a lot of things to occupy myself when I wasn't trading because it's a trap if you sit there and you're just stuck on your screens the whole time. Rips, in your indicator, you have the New York Open at 8 a.m. Is there a reason? The reason why I do that is because I want to have the session marked off like that. Because look, if you see, going back here, if you see, we get a very interesting spike of liquidity right at that point, right? You can see, look at how volume starts to pick up there. Obviously at 9:30, we get the biggest amount of volume coming to the market, but I like watching the start of that session. And in fact, for my session volume profile, I usually have it marked out for New York starting at 8. I know the New York Open is at 9:30, but if you don't at least get 8:30 on or even 8:15 on, I think you're missing a big part of it. So for me personally, I like to track that. However, if you're not a fan of that, the great thing about the indicator of Rip's key levels, which is for free, you can go down here, you can change the session to whatever you want and select whatever time zone you want to make it work specifically for you. So that's the way I have it set up. Just because I have it set up that way doesn't mean that you need to do it, but everybody's different. Very helpful, Rips. Thank you. I'm working towards my second back-to-back payout. Closed out 2K in profit last night, so got 4 more days of 100 or more to get my second payout. Let's go, baby. Chess rating on Bullet. Last time that I really took it seriously, I got up to about 1880, which is not impressive at all, especially with Bullet, because you can be cheesy in Bullet games. Rapid, something in the 1700s, I think. But the problem with me, if I start playing chess and I start really, really, really getting that, the problem is that I'll start playing it in my mind and I'll start playing unwinnable positions I know that you cannot win, positions that I've literally put through chess computers that you cannot win, and I'll sit there and try to play those positions in my head as if they're solvable, and I'll drive myself completely insane. And it's a problem that I have when I focus too much on one thing. Same thing happens when trading. If I focus too much on trading and I don't have variety in my life, my brain starts to just fucking take trades that were never there and trade around them, put myself in really difficult positions and try to trade my way out of it. It's not fun. I torture myself. It's really fucking stupid. So as much as I love chess, there's often times when I need to take very extended breaks from chess. I'm on an extended break from chess right now. I have played chess in the last like 3 months, but I can feel myself when it starts to get out of control. It can be a lot. It can be too much. So. Rips, one day you said something along the lines of, if you can take a red day, it will lead to green accounts. One of the best trading nuggets anyone ever said. There we go. Amen. What do you think about Fabio Valentini? From what I've seen, I think he's a fantastic scalper. We have very similar styles and ways of looking at the market. What are the solid green and blue lines surrounding the ranges? I have your indicator. I don't have the 1 hour. So here's the thing. This is all coming to the updated version. There's one more update that we're going to be pushing here. I'm hoping to get it out by the end of the week, but it has that as well as the regular trading hours daily, which is important. So that will be being pushed here. We are squeezing right now. We did just break out of this hourly block of value here. So we are squeezing a little bit. Anybody long in this market right now? Move says, Rips, I've been with you for a while now and have to say that I've gotten more alpha from you than anyone. Everyone in this space is filled with nonsense and just trying to gas you up to buy their bullshit course, indicator, whatever else they're slaying. Thank you for your service, my friend. Amen. My shit's free. Never going to charge you shit. I don't want or need your money. I'd rather just hang out with you. Do you have a high time frame portfolio for your daily gains? If so, how do you manage it yourself? The only long-term portfolio I have is consistent with what I believe in this world, in the macro environment, and it is represented through long-term calls and options, also called leaps. Leaps. When long, opening range break trade. There you go. Nice work there, DC. Let's go, baby. Silver long? Let's see Silver's book here. Way too fucking thin. Yeah. Would never touch that with real money right now. No cash. We are 45 minutes, well, 43 minutes from the equities market closing for the evening. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. We are really displacing people up here too. We are gunning for 6,900. I want to see what happens up at 6,900. I do have Apex evaluation accounts to trade. We are basically face checking 6,900 right now. Didn't mean to upset you earlier. Sorry about the yeah. No, it's fine. No, you don't upset me. It's just I got to stand on business 10 toes down when I feel very passionate about something. That's all. It's the next level on NQ. I'll tell you right now. Next level is all the way up at 315. 25, 315. Long ways from here. We'd be visiting back at where we were on February 26, 2026. 226, 2026. How about that? Did it come naturally to know when it's time to start sizing up? No. I did it so many times early and it fucked me. It took away months of progress. Yeah, no. I wish. Hydro Wizard, what's up, man? How are you? Retail manual trading is out of touch. I agree, 100%. So we're tapping into 6,900 here. Still haven't taken a single trade. We will be taking a payout in our Lucid accounts probably at the bottom of the hour. Why don't we do a quick little, let's do a gamble here on Kick. Let's do this. Let's do 7:36 p.m. Let's do this. Okay, 5 minutes for your gamble points prediction here. Bum, bum, bum. 1K in that quick swipe up. Let's go. Don't drink and root. Let's go, baby. Beautiful trading. What are you guys all trading on right now? Let me know in the chat. Apex, TPT, Tradeify, Lucid. What are y'all trading on right now? Bruce, can you show us your Lucid calendar with all green days? Absolutely. Be happy to do that when we're doing the payout. Absolutely, baby. Ninja Percy, nice. Top 7 Apex, TPT, Apex Lucid, Apex Bullinox. Bullinox I've still not traded on. Cash account, nice, Kevin. Apex Lucid, Tradeify, Top Set Personal Account. Wow, we got a lot of personal account traders in here. Cheers to you guys. Hopefully you're making it happen. Basing it on how you trade with Bookmap, LOL, only way I can use Mini and not drive myself crazy. There you go. A lot of Lucid, nice. Yeah, Lucid is great. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to request your payout from Lucid here. Well, we are pulling back. Somebody said they want to see my profit calendar. We're pulling back here. Let me pull this up. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Whoops. That window is huge. Where do I go? Somebody help me out here. Where do I go to see? Is it view details? Whoops. View details, right? So there's my green days in my Lucid account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of trading there. Consistency 32%. What is how do I see like my my journal, like my can we not in here? Win percentage, not bad. 100%, 100%, 87, 100%, 71, not bad. Hey, I'll take it. Not bad. How much money do you need in a personal account to trade 3 contracts of NQ? 3 minis or micros? Who asked that, by the way? Who asked? Somebody asked. Let me see your calendar. Who was asking for that? That was you, Dank, right? Yeah, nice. Minis, 3 minis. To be honest with you, I wouldn't do it with less than 25,000, but that's me. I like to have cushion. I'm sure some people will be like, man, you don't need more than $5,000 for that. But I'm just, you know, I personally, I mean, look, I would have a lot of difficulty having a personal cash account and trying to trade $10,000 even. It just would, my brain would fuck up with that. I'd be like, why am I even doing this? You know what I mean? I'm different though. It's just, I don't know. I've never done small account challenge or anything like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, 30K feels right to me. Like, yeah, 25, 30K, I'd feel comfortable with that because fuck, you have a whole bad week of shit. Like, you want to be able to withstand that without blowing your account, right? Do one? No, dude. Why the fuck would I do a small account challenge? The fuck would I waste my time doing that for? That sounds ridiculous. I'd have to have one hell of a reason to be doing that. And I mean, dude, if I was doing a small account, every single trade, I'd be like, why the fuck am I not trading in my normal account? You know what I mean? I'd rather be trading in my normal account, man. If I'm going to take real trades in a cash account, I'm going to take them in a real cash account. You know what I mean? You seen Alex G flipping 100 to $1 million? Yeah, that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. Oh, here's the other thing, right? Here somebody said trade C, go to your compass. Let's check this out. Trade C. Here's my trade C, go to your compass. Yeah, look at this. There's our, well, you can't really see it, huh? Come on, you can't really see it. That's a bummer. Let me try this here. Anyway, you get the idea. 84%, you can't even see it. There we go. 84% win rate. I got a 66 compass score, whatever the fuck that means. There you go. Anyway. Why not just use prop firms? That's what I'm currently doing right now, but I still trade my cash account. I just don't stream it anymore. Last year, I only streamed my cash account, and it literally did. People really want to see you trade prop firms, so that's what we focus on right now. Whereas when you make, say, 700, don't stop trading at that point, or do you keep trying to eye more setups? I let the setups come to me. I'm not a needy trader, right? And I think that's the best way to kind of look at trading. You don't want to be a needy trader. You want the market to shove you into the market, right? You want the market to be like, get the fuck in there. This is a great setup. You should be taking this. Or, you know, you want the market to be like, you know, nice and smooth, like this right here. I mean, I'm yapping a lot this stream. I didn't really plan on much trading, but this is your high point, right? This is where the market wicked to. This is your pitch and catch. We challenge that. I would have liked to see a big old fat green bubble right there for a valid pitch and catch, but I mean, you want the market, when that happens, that displacement happens, you want to be looking for two things: continuation up and over, challenging that area, pop over, retest, break and retest, pop and go, or somebody capping off shorts. Now, obviously, this is much smaller than this. This was 162 contracts. Let's see actually how many contracts were traded to the high point here. Some reason it just doesn't want to. There we go. There you go. So this traded 3 contracts all the way up at 250 evens. 3 contracts all on the offer. That's why I love Bookmap, is that you can get really deep into there, right? But that would be your challenge point, right? You're looking at 250. Now I guarantee you there weren't a lot of contracts traded, but at least there was some. If we can zoom in, there was the high point of that right here. Let's see how many contracts were exchanged. That was 8. So, you know, I would like to see, 20 plus contracts traded into that for that to be a very nice pitch and catch. That's a 1 contract pitch and catch. That's a 1 contract. That's valid, 1 contract, because you have 2 challenge points right here, right? You have right here is your warm-up challenge. Right here is your obviously blowout challenge. That right there is more indicative that you should be short in that market. But when I'm talking about, letting the setups come to you, this right here is not, oh fuck, why wasn't I long? That right there is giving you 2 setups: break and retest at 250, or a challenge underneath 250 for a pitch and catch. Does that make sense? Yes? I'm hoping that makes sense, because that's, we're talking about, hey, where's the pitch and catch? How do I do that? A lot of the problems that I see from newer traders, right? A lot of the issues I see with newer traders is that they look at this and they get upset because they go, fuck, I wasn't long. You need to start looking at that and saying, oh baby, the market is displacing liquidity right now and it's setting up for me And I'm going to be patient and wait for one of those two setups. And for me personally, those are the two setups I'm shaping out. 250, break and retest, challenge underneath, pitch and catch. There you go. What happened in the last green 5-minute candle has 3x of volume? Stop run. When you say displacing, can you please explain when we have a stop run? When we have a stop run. So displacement can be a stop run, but when you're displacing liquidity, meaning that if you have a lot of players that are short into this move, they're going to be displaced from their positions, right? They're going to be displaced liquidity because they have to stop out, creating displacement in the market. You are to target that displacement either in a form of continuation or in this case, a pitch and catch. What's your opinion about this, Alex G? What do you think? I am a big fan of real traders. I don't think that fake traders are very good people, right? Displacing usually a quick surge move. No, you can have grinding liquidity become displacement, right? It doesn't have to be a fast, quick move, but it often is, sure. It's difficult to trade one contract, in my opinion. Trade management with multiple contracts can change one to profitable, even if it's two contracts instead of one. And that's why I say, if you're having trouble trading one mini, go to be a micro trader and trade a few micros. Hey, Ribs, can you explain better the 20% consistency rule on the 50K Lightning funded Tradeify? Because I did 3K, but now I have to make 15K for a 2K payout. So if you overshoot the profit target, you want to know what the easiest way to figure this out? We built something specifically for this. Check this out. Check this out. We built something literally for this because a lot of people have this issue. You go to propfirms.gg. You go to trading tools. You go to, try to fit this here. So you go to propfirms.gg. You go to trading tools and you go to prop firm rules and calculator. You scroll down. Oops, trading tools. There we go. Click that. It's going to load. Uh-oh, is everybody crashing the site right now? There we go. Okay, so you select the prop firm. You go to Tradeify. You go to a Lightning funded account. You select, what did you say? 50K Lightning funded, right here. And right here, you put in how much can I make today, the number of profits, what total profit do I need, track your payout pace. You put in all this information. Okay, you made $550. Total profit that you need, I don't know, $2,500. Track your payout pace, trading days counted. You've done doing two trading days. There you go. It's going to tell you everything that you need, right? You fill in the correct data. It's going to tell you everything that you need, right? It's going to tell you exactly what you need. So you just go propfirms.gg, enter in the relevant information. It'll tell you exactly what you need. There you go. How do you get past the trailing drawdown on TBT? My suggestion to you is to use micros. Micros. I guess if it's a quick surge move, it's more likely to be an intentional stop hunt. Therefore, you could fade it with more confidence, for sure. The more that you attempt these setups, the more that you're going to be well versed in what the expectancy is in your trades, right? If you look at these things without trading them, it's hard to understand what the expectancy is, whether it's your emotional fortitude while you're in the trade, whether it's watching the flow, whether it's watching the time and sales. Your expectancy of what's going to happen in that trade, just from an experience, is going to go down unless you're doing these things, right? So I would say trade it with a micro, trade it with a paper count. See what happens when you get your fingers dirty. That's how I taught myself, pressing buttons. All right, bottom of the hour. It is almost time to pay out these channel gamble points here. We are still coming down here. Okay, I think we should take a payout in Lucid. And then to celebrate our payout in Lucid, why don't we do a giveaway for a free Lucid account? How does that sound? So we'll see how fast Lucid will pay me. And then we can celebrate how fast they pay me with a free Lucid account for you guys that are watching. Sound fair? It's my way to give back to you guys that are tuning in tonight. Okay, let's do this. Let's get our payout. Second payout ever on Lucid, by the way. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Account summary. Here we go. Look at it. So we got our 5 Lucid accounts. I'm gonna try to fit this all on the screen here. All right, we got our 5 Lucid accounts right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We got our 5 Lucid accounts. We go to request payout, and we can get $2,000 from each one. So we request payout right here. Go to max, request 2,000. Okay. Request payout, max 2,000. Okay. Request payout, max 2,000. Request payout, max 2,000. And request payout, max 2,000. Now remember, my cost for these accounts was under $1,000. I just requested $10,000 of payouts, and I've traded these things with you guys here live on stream. If you are wondering how you can get started in trading, this is what my recommendation is to you. Not putting money in a brokerage account because you're likely to lose that, but giving yourself the guardrails of trading on a prop. This is a lot of money. $10,000 for less than $1,000 invested is a lot of money. Let's see. Done. How long did that take? Literally approved. Wow. That's how fast Lucid pays out. That's incredible. Yes, it's $9,000 because they take 10%. But again, my investment, I believe, for these accounts was $750. So I took $750 to get $9,000 paid out to me. If you think that I could put $750 on a brokerage account, trade that brokerage account for 4 days, and run it up from $750 to $9,750, and then withdraw the $9,000, a little bit difficult. A little bit difficult. Oh my God, look at that. And paid. Literally paid. Yo, give it up for Lucid, guys. Holy shit. Give it up for Lucid. Literally paid. Holy shit. Wow. You saw this in real time. Unbelievable. Paid out that fast. That is why I love the speed of Lucid. By the way, Lucid, 50% off right now. 50% off. That's how I got the accounts for so cheap. 50% off. Honestly, unbelievable. I mean, that's honestly unbelievable that it goes that fast. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts. Truly, that's nuts. So these are Lucid Black 100K accounts. They merged the Lucid Black accounts with the Lucid Pro accounts, if I'm not mistaken. I would recommend going through the rules yourself. Now look, here's what you do. This is how easy it is to find, right? You see they've already removed the money from my account. The balance is now down to 102. Let's actually see this over on TradeC. TradeC. Okay, see my balance at 104? I'm going to refresh on TradeC. Bang, look at that. Money's been removed from my account. Ready to trade instantly. Okay, back to this. If I go to add account, right here, it's so easy to find the rules, right? Up here, you have all the options. Lucid Flex, Lucid Direct. Lucid Pro, I think, are some of the best ones, and here's why. You go over here, you got the 150K Pro. You click funded rules here. Let's go to this one right here. You click funded rules, 40% consistency, a daily loss limit, $1,800. Your max loss limit of 3,000 right there. Over here, it's a little bit more. Let me see if I can extend this out a little bit here. There we go. $1,000 payout profit target on the funded. If you look at the evals, there's, I think, a nice, comfy daily loss limit And again, these are not that expensive, guys. These are not that expensive if you compare it to the amount of money that you would put in a brokerage and never come close to the amount of ROI that you would get. And you just saw, listen, the reason why I wanted to take the payout tonight live on GLOBEX, do you think that Lucid's watching my stream right now? Maybe they are. I wouldn't blame them. They're trying to pick up on some late night alpha, but likely they're not watching my stream. That's how fast Lucid pays. And it's not just me. I don't have some type of special account or some type of special privilege. It's for everybody. How many people in here have traded on Lucid? Watch the chat. How many people have traded on Lucid and taken a payout? And how many of you have been paid in under 5 minutes? Drop a W if that's you. Watch the chat. Look at that. Under 3 minutes, super fast. W, I have. W, it was crazy. I have 3 payouts all within 10 minutes. Folks, I don't have special treatment on this. This is a real thing. They pay out faster than any other prop firm that I've seen in this entire industry, and there's no payout denials. There's no nonsense. I traded, I should get my money, right? Think about that. If you're trading, you should get your money. You put in all the work. You paid for the challenges. By the way, another thing, there's no monthly fee on Lucid, and there's no activation fee. No activation fee, which means you pay one time for the account, you pass it, it automatically, you just press a button to activate it, and then if you trade well enough, I had all of my days were green that I traded on these accounts, you get a payout. You get a payout. There's no nonsense with denials, with jumping through hoops. There's no waiting. That's it. That's it. It works like a dream, a lucid dream. Does it reset after 30 days if you haven't passed it yet? No. There's no monthly fee. If you blow the account, it's gone forever. There is no 30 days to pass in Lucid. You can have the account for as long as it takes you to pass until you blow it or until you pass it. That's it. There's no resetting it. It's one time, no monthly fee, no activation fee. Honestly, one of my top prop firms right now. No one on YouTube? What do you mean? No, there's a bunch of people. They're above you. I think you're delayed. There's a bunch of people. Yeah. I think you're watching the stream at a delay there, Full Tilt Futures. Okay, sorry. They have resets. I'm sorry. They have resets. I'm sorry. You can reset. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm conflating Apex and yes. There's no monthly fee though. There's no monthly fee. Hi Rips is Apex payout quickly. I am understanding that with their new accounts, with their new rules, the new EOD accounts, the new trailing accounts, which I'm not buying the trailing ones, but the new accounts, the end of day and the trailing, I'm pretty sure what they're trying to do is work towards a system like this, like what Lucid has, where you press the button and they approve it. That's what I've heard. We haven't experienced it yet because the accounts came out on Sunday and they need 5 trading days. I'm still in the evaluation phase in those accounts, so I can't report back. When I pass those accounts and when I have 5 profitable days of trading and when I request a payout, where do you think I'm going to do that payout? Right here on this stream. Either on the morning stream or on the GLOBEX stream. I will do that live for you guys so we can see together. That will be my experience with it. Until that happens, I have no comment on it because I have no idea. And nobody's taken a payout yet because it hasn't been 5 trading days. Problem with Apex is they kept the buffer. Well, everybody has different rules, my friend. Everybody has different rules. Look at this. You could say the same thing about Lucid. I don't think any of these things are negative, right? If I go to my Lucid accounts, I made $45.98 profit. I could only withdraw $2,000. There's a give and a take for all these things, my friend, but I'll tell you one thing. I traded these accounts for 5 days. I paid less than $1,000 for them, and now $9,000 is chilling in my bank account that I didn't have 30 minutes ago. That's a W in my book. Big dubs. There's a give and a take for all prop firms. It's never going to be You pay $5 for a challenge. They pass it for you. They activate it. You trade it for one day and you can withdraw $25 million. It doesn't exist, my friend. There's going to be a give and a take for every single prop firm. For example, TPT. I love TPT, but you know what I don't like about TPT? The trailing drawdown in the pro. But if they took that away, I don't know if their business model would be sustainable, right? I don't know. I didn't do the math on it. I don't own a prop firm. There's going to be a give and a take for everything, right? A give and a take for everything. Alex says, just join Rips. What account you use? Right now, we just got a payout. We just took out $10,000 from our new Lucid accounts, baby. $10,000. $10,000. Legends Trading requested 216 and still pending. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Listen, the only thing I can speak on is specifically these prop firms that are scrolling at the bottom of my screen. I've taken a payout from every single one of these prop firms, albeit Apex, the last payout I got was in 2023. Hopefully that changes in the next couple of weeks here. But I've taken payouts from every single one of these prop firms that are scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. Those are ones I can recommend. Why? Because I've had personal experience with them and I've had good personal experience with them. I'm not going to put my name on something that I haven't had a personal experience with. Alpha is a prop firm that I'm working with, but they are not scrolling here because I haven't taken a payout with them. Until I take a payout with them, I'm going to put them at the bottom here and start scrolling them. It's important for me to have my name on things that I can trust. Legends Trading, I've never heard of. Do you cook evals on fourth payout or let them send you live? I do not try to forcibly blow accounts. No, not at all. No. Rips, do you have a fully funded live account? If so, which prop firm? I had a live account on Tradeify. I was a bad boy on that account. It didn't last. I blew that account. They put me in timeout. They put me in Tradeify jail. That was 3 weeks ago. This is my final week of Tradeify jail. I'm back to trading Tradeify accounts next week. So yes, that was the last time that I was live. TPT, they're not Pro Plus. When those are Pro Plus, I will let you guys know. Rose, why do you think it's important to take a break from the charts? Oh, from the charts. Why do I think it's important? Because it allows your mind to reset. When you have lack of focus on that, your mind can repair using your subconscious. Go through all the things that you were missing the forest for the trees for. You'll come back as a better trader. Her says, hey Rips, new to the accountant stream, got put on by a buddy. I've gotten about 30K in payouts this quarter, but still suffer from not being able to take losing days. Any advice? It's difficult, for sure. I hate losing too, but it's part of the game. It really is part of the game. Can you comment on why you didn't receive payouts from Apex in 2024 or 2025? So in 2024, I had an exclusive contract with Top Step. I did not trade any other prop firm in 2024 except for Top Step. In 2025, I didn't trade any props, slightly traded some props, but I took a personal cash account from $100,000 all the way to about $3 million during the course of the year, documenting every single step of the journey live on my channel with broker statements provided almost daily. So unfortunately, I didn't take any payouts with Apex last year, but I did run a cash account from $100,000 to about $3 million. What happened to our points gamble? It's about to be paid out. Let's see here. 25, 255, 736. That is going to be the unders. Are going to win this one. The unders. I'd like to know what the Top Step contract looks like to restrict you like that. It was an exclusive contract. It's totally normal. I mean, if you're in a prop firm space and you sign an exclusive contract that you cannot trade any other prop firm, like, sure, I could have traded an Apex account, but I would have had my contract breached in the contract. See, for some reason, other influencers in this space don't really understand what legal contracts mean, right? For instance, if you are signing a contract that says you cannot disparage a company, and then you go on to disparage the company over and over and over again, and then you try to play the victim, that's called being a dumb fucking idiot, in my opinion. A dumb fucking moron. You signed a contract. You have to abide by the contract. It's really not that hard to understand. Like if I signed a contract right now with Apex that says anytime that I refer to Apex, I have to say Apex Trader Funding. And anytime that I say the word Apex, but I don't say Apex Trader Funding, I will have to pay them $10,000. And I sign a contract that says that. And I come back to you and I say, boy, howdy, I said Apex accidentally and I wasn't allowed to. I can't believe that they're making me pay. You signed the fucking contract, retard. Boo fuckity who. Maybe don't sign the fucking contract, you moron. Anyway, legal contracts, they're a real thing in this world. Rips, what's your thought for the day? AKA Rips Wisdom. Take it slow, be patient. Take it slow and be patient. And don't play the victim. Can we talk about the market? When did you show up, Conrad? How long have you been in the stream for? Rips says, Lucid have a consistency trading rule. It depends on the account that you're choosing. Since 5 p.m. So for the first hour and 35 minutes that I was talking about the market, was that not enough for you? Was that not enough for you, Conrad? God forbid. No, there's nothing for me to trade right now, buddy. Oh, you want levels and signals? You're in the wrong stream, my friend. I'm not talking about any specific streamer or person. I'm just saying that if you sign a contract, you should read the contract and don't try to play the victim when the contract comes around to bite you in the ass because you did exactly what the contract said that you should or did not want to do. Simple as that. Rips, have you ever shared your origin story? Yes. Born in a lab in a test tube, was transferred to Area 51 at the age of 3, was operated on and became a superhuman trading delight. Too many dumb questions for you tonight. It is annoying you, LOL. Nah, not me. Never. Not me. Sounds like a book, doesn't it? I was born in Wuhan. Exactly right. I was born in a lab in Wuhan. That is correct. Wasn't that Area 52? It was. Alex says, news to props, trading my own money, but ready to try props. Once they pay you a large sum, do they decline you for more future account purchases? No, they do not, my friend. They will move you to a live account because they want to continue winning with you if you're a good trader. Simple as that. Richard, I think you know the answer to that. Gate is for retards. Seminar is for kings. You ought to know that by now. Gate was for fucking paste-eating retards. Seminar was for the real kings, my friend. Let's see here. Was it Area 67? Maybe. PT says, I was never passionate about anything in my life until I found trading. Incredibly, I wish for people to find something in their life they are chasing the master. Amen. Rips, do you make more money from prop trading, affiliate stuff, or your live account brother? So we talked about this last week, actually. We talked about this kind of in detail. Last year, I made about $3 million, right? Moved the account from $100,000 about $3 million. Under $3 million is what I made. If you think that I made close to $3 million from affiliate deals last year, you are sorely mistaken. Now, with that all said, the focus this year has been shifted from publicly trading my live account to personally growing my own brand. Now, why? If you look at Rampage Jackson last year, his brand generated about $10 million on Kick. Just streaming on Kick. And barely anybody knew who Rampage Jackson was before 2025. Sure, some fighting fans did, but even now to this day, not a lot of people even know who he is. Well, making $100,000 into $3 million requires a tremendous amount of effort. You can lose money too in trading. right? I still trade my cash account, right? I still trade my cash account. Let's get that out of the way. But if you can grow a personal brand in tandem with what you're doing, I think that that is the most profitable choice, right? We only have one life to live. So am I making more currently versus my own cash account? No. But maybe down the line that will change, where I don't have to have so much pressure and stress on myself of managing my own long-term portfolio and managing a bunch of risk and sweating my dick off and doing all that, where I can still do it to a point that I love it, but it's not the cornerstone of all of my income. I think building a personal brand in 2025 and beyond is a smart thing to do. It's a smart thing to do. Hey Rips, do you approach the same trading strategy on different quotes, on different products like NASDAQ versus S&Ps? Maugamanam says, Cap, I've been here since the beginning. One person showed you that you can build your own brand. All right, now in English, please. In English. Good thinking. I did wonder what the social media drive aim was. Good luck to you, Rips. You will absolutely achieve it, zero doubt. Yeah, that's the goal, of course. And I think that at the end of the day, it's good for the space, because my whole goal is to build my brand around providing value for you for free, right? If I can provide you value for free, you spend your time with me, I exchange your time for giving you value. How do you read the market better? How do you control your psychology? I think that's a fair trade-off. You give me your time, I give you value, and I try to better you as a trader and a person, right? If I can do that, then I think we have a fair exchange. The market wants to retest 68.10. There's business left undone. It's a long ways away here from Richard. We're at 68.92 right now. That might be something that waits until tomorrow. When you go into the Diamond District to get some nice make-a-mossily. I already have a bunch of jewelry, if we're being honest. I already have a bunch of that shit. Help as many people as possible and your dreams become reality. I mean, I like helping people regardless. I like helping people with their trading regardless, you know? Hey, Rips, does Lucid have straight-to-funded accounts? I don't think they have Lucid Direct anymore, do they? Let me see. Oh, they do. Yeah, Lucid Direct, straight-to-funded. They still have it, yeah. That is straight-to-funded, Lucid Direct. There you go. Wow, Lucid Flex doesn't have real-time dashboard. That's crazy. So Lucid Pro and Lucid Direct have a real-time trader dashboard. Interesting. And on top of all that, he offers discounts to prop firms for all you lovely traders. Amen. There we go. I'll pay to watch a Rip stand-up comedy show. There you go. Has any firm like Wall Street ever reached out to you to trade for them, or would you ever consider? Yes and no. Yes, I have been reached out to before, specifically last year with my performance last year, but the answer is no. I would rather focus on my own beat of my own drum. I don't want to trade other people's money either, right? I like trading my own money. I don't want to trade other people's money. It's not my thing. And on top of that, I've never worked for anybody. I've been a self-starter in my life. I've always started and launched my own companies, sold my own companies. I've never, ever had a job in my life, never had a boss in my life. And I also grew up very poor before you start thinking that, oh, you must have had a handout or something. No, absolutely not. JC says, I'm currently beyond disgusted with my trading at the moment. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, way too fucking often. Absolutely sick of my own shit. Fuck me. Also great to see you on GLOBEX. Appreciate you. We had a shift of emotions mid-sentence there. Well, the first part of your sentence, what you were decrying there, is you being a trader. I wish I could tell you in the first 3 years of trading that I was cool as a cucumber. But in reality, you're saying 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Do you know what I did? You ever remember those Nickelodeon moon boots? Strap those to your shoes. There's like a trampoline on your feet. I would do a couple inches forward and I would moon boot backwards. That would be me. What you're doing is called trading. What you're experiencing is normal. and I understand you're disgusted with yourself, but the more self-loathing you have, the less likely it is that you're going to cognizantly work on yourself. And I think that's an issue. What I want you to do is appreciate that you're trying so hard on your journey, love yourself a little bit more, and reflect on what you can do to make it better. Start to identify what the minutia is that is causing you to do these things, and then sufficiently work on those things to be better. Target what it is. Is it you being too emotional? Is it you not managing risk? Are you going on tilt? If you can identify what these small characteristics are that are causing you to do these things that are sending you 2-3 steps back when you're trying to make progress, you can effectively work on these things. You can put them into a box, focus on them, and really make leaps and bounds in your trading. That's one thing that I wish that I focused on early on in my journey, is that I became too overwhelmed with what my issues were. And instead of trying to focus on each issue individually, I looked at it as one broad picture. And instead of me taking real progress and trying to focus on these things, I said, fuck, I'll figure it out at some point. You don't. The problems fester, they become worse, and those things can be financially damaging to you. Focus on them now before it becomes a problem that festers into a bigger one that becomes kind of uncontainable. Think about it like a forest fire. Firefighters don't go into a forest fire, throw up their hands and say, damn it, it's too big, let's let it burn down the city. Well, they're going to focus on little areas of the fire to try to contain it, and then once it's contained, they're going to take out the fire. That's what you ought to do. G Money says, baby, I have stopped trading for a year. I got a payout for only $2K, then I lost my account. What should I do? Do you miss trading? Do you have a passion for trading? Do you actually actively miss trading? If you do miss trading, then I would continue to pursue it. If you're sitting here and you're saying it's just a means to make money, well, then maybe that break was you telling yourself that trading's not for you, and that's okay. Stoley says, yes, I'm focusing in a similar situation, self-sabotaging. Self-sabotage is a real thing too. A lot of people kind of don't think that's a real thing. In trading specifically, it's a very real thing. Self-sabotage is a real thing where people don't think that they deserve success in trading when they start to see it. Daniel says, I'm going to write a book with all these rips wisdoms we get to hear every day. Well, thankfully, my editing team is working on producing high quality content for you folks, that it's available for you, on demand. More MV1 says, I struggled with that too for a while, made a lot the right way and gave it all back, and then some the whole year after making a lot my first 2 weeks. Again, all of these problems, although they seem completely unique to us, are actually shared amongst most traders, specifically those who have been trading for less than 5 years. Right? Remember what I'm saying to you. I've been doing this now this is my 12th year. So I have 11 years down in the book, right? And I'm not talking like I was kind of trading. I was obsessively trading, specifically when I first started it. I put a lot of the businesses that I had at the time to the wayside to focus on trading because I was so obsessed with getting better at it. It's counterintuitive, but I've been doing this for over a decade now. It does get to be more manageable. It does, but you have to be serious about it with working on it. Don't Drink a Root says, the manipulation they play on Bookmap is so fucking annoying. Order on, order off, order on, order off, up and down. Well, if it is something that is aggravating for you to trade, it is up to you as the trader to say this doesn't fit my trading style and to knock it off. Don't trade it. Wait for the book to be something that you can trade. I've gone this whole trading session, this whole GLOBEX session, without taking a single trade. And in fact, I had my stream deck, which is how I trade my trades. I had this sitting in my lap ready to press the button, and I withheld from doing it because the setup didn't arise. I'd like to take a trade. And in fact, if we're being honest with each other, these Apex accounts, relatively speaking to my reality, is not very expensive. If I was to blow these accounts tonight, it would be pretty careless, but for me to buy new ones is relatively inexpensive. But if I took that approach in my trading, even on something financially that means no difference to me, is that me practicing good trading habits? No. That's going to carry on over into my cash account in some way, shape, or form, even if I don't want it to. Discipline is something that has to be practiced at all times. Discipline is not optionary. It's not something that you can optionally throw on, right? If you think discipline is optional, you're going to get smoked. Discipline must be practiced. Discipline must be upheld in all aspects of your life if you're a trader, in my opinion. The Holt says, I've had 3 times in the last 6 months that I've gotten within 2 days of needing 150 or more to take my first payout and got greedy and blew it. There's a lot to be said there, right? My payout that I just got was because I took a nice scalp in GLOBEX yesterday. If the market hadn't set up yesterday during GLOBEX, I probably would have caught a trade because the market was beautiful today. If the market doesn't give me a setup, I'm not going to take it. If you're trying to get just $150 and you're just being like, well, this is a good enough setup, well, maybe I can try a short here. That 150 becomes 200, becomes 300, becomes 400. Before you know it, now you're chasing the dragon. You're like, fuck, I just want to get this done. I'm right there. Get that feeling in your stomach, get super queasy. Well, no good. No bueno. What was that gadget you had in your hands? This is a Stream Deck. This allows me to use hotkeys. It's not for everybody. J Stores, how you doing tonight? I see you're typing a lot of numbers in the chat box. Are you okay? I knew a Euro USD trader 10 years of only trading one pair. He was killing it. That's the other thing too. If you are trading, I am from the camp where I believe that you should focus on trading one instrument. It's the same way that a guitarist usually focuses on playing the guitar. Now, I play the drums, I sing, but I also play the guitar. I'm the worst at guitar out of all of those three. I like to focus on playing the drums. When I was younger, I focused on playing the drums, and later in life, I picked up the guitar. I will never be as good of a guitarist as somebody I know that has been playing guitar their whole life. It's the same thing that goes for trading instruments. If you focus on trading a certain pair or trading a certain metal or natural gas or copper or whatever the case, it's best that you focus on that. Now, there's different characteristics for each instrument. For instance, the NASDAQ has very certain characteristics, whereas the ES doesn't. Same thing with the Russell versus the Dow. They're all different. Focus on what works for you. Focus on what works for you. Sparky says, taking big W's since I went on tilt on Tuesday and stopped trading. Came back today and hit some clean setups. There you go. That's the way. Daniel says, it's like that clip of the guy climbing the stairs next to the trampoline, falling off and getting higher and higher until he reaches the top. Such is trading. There you go. 31 says, Rips, can you explain the new Apex? Is the end of day trailing the new accounts they have max drawdown versus daily loss limit? What would you like to know? They are the new accounts. They do have daily loss limits. The maximum loss limit is also there. The daily loss limit will always get hit before the maximum loss limit unless you've already hit the daily loss limit the day before, and then it's probably going to be your maximum loss limit paired with your daily loss limit. It'll blow the account. Do I have a YouTube video of me singing? No, I do not. Tune in to hear you sing a song. It's not going to happen. Blew 3 evals today. That's a new personal record. Well, take it slow, Jeffrey. Take it slow. All right. Well, we've been live for about 2 hours. I didn't take any trades. We did take our Lucid payouts. We talked about a lot today. We focused on psychology. We talked about some nice setups. We talked about market structure, visible range, volume profile. We talked about how the volume profile affects things. We talked about market structure, where to place stops. We talked about a lot of things. I think we covered a lot of good topics. Any questions before I sign off for the night? Let's do a giveaway. Let's do that. Let's do a giveaway. All right, Ripsmod, if you would please link Lucid. 10 minutes, we're gonna have some yuan fixing here. What's the difference between the daily loss limit and the max drawdown? Daily loss limit is what you can hit in a day. Maximum loss limit is the overall loss limit. So for instance, with a 150K account, your daily loss limit is 2,000. If you hit that on the first day, and your maximum loss limit is 4,000. You hit the 2,000, it'll lock you out for the day. The next day, you have $2,000 worth of drawdown, which would be your daily loss limit, but now also your maximum loss limit. You hit that, you would blow the account. That should make sense. Will this recording be available to rewatch on YouTube? Yes, as always. What do you suggest pre-market for mindset? Having a good plan of action, marking out key levels, looking at the market structure, paying attention to the macro environment, being tuned into the news, understanding if there's any data being dropped at certain hours of the day. paying attention to what's on the schedule as far as Fed speakers go. All of that is important for your pre-market mindset. Having an open mind, not marrying a bias. All right, click the link that says Lucid coupon right now. Click that link and scroll down on the page. Go ahead and close the pop-up for Trade C, right? If it pops up and asks you, do you want to use cookies? You can do it or not. Either way, it's up to you. It supports me if you do click allow cookies and all that. Okay, I want you to scroll down on the page. Down there at the bottom, it says, where did it go? I just had it up. There it is. Nope. Hold on. I just had it up. I'll click it again. All right, there it is. Down at the bottom there, it says most prop firms keep you in simulated accounts blank. Type in that word one single time. You'll be entered into the giveaway for a free Lucid account. Type it in on YouTube. Type it in on Kick. That's it. Easy game, guys. Easy game, guys. Easy game. There we go. We got people coming in now. Beautiful. There it is. Beautiful. When this gets up to about 300 participants, we will roll. Now, the second part of this giveaway is that you must be following me on Instagram or Twitter. Both is recommended. Get your daily dose of rips. Instagram.com/rips trading or x.com/rips. Now, if you do end up being so lucky that you do win the giveaway, I'm going to ask you one single question. What is your X account? What is your Instagram account? Now, when you type that in, do not put the @ symbol. Just type it in and say, my X account is blank, or my Instagram account is blank. That's it. Or you can do IG- this is the account, right? Very simple. You have 30 seconds to claim, 60 seconds to claim, 60 seconds to claim. If that 60-second timer does pass, we move on to the next drawing and we go to the next person, okay? Does everybody understand the rules? As I've explained them pretty clearly. Rips, do you ever point your Harry Potter wand at your screen? Well, the thing is that's funny about that is that my wife calls my cock my Harry Potter wand. So sometimes when I'm in a big position, I am so bricked up that I can't help but point my Harry Potter wand at my screen, specifically to the north side. Because sometimes when I'm in a position, my Harry Potter wand will go from 6 o'clock to about noon. Hard to point south. Yeah, you know, if you do have a crooked member, you know, there are some people who weren't so blessed in life that do have a crooked member that they have, it's called UBS, upside down boner syndrome. God bless their souls. Some have said that they have to stand on their heads to have sex, and I salute those members of society. Xanax says, Rips, I don't know if you can help, but would appreciate your insight. It feels like I can't push my green days past a certain amount in trading like I could grow a stack playing poker. I don't know why. Follow-up question. How long have you been trading, Xanax? If it's under 3 years, relax. You're fine. It's just part of it. It takes a long time. All right, let's see if we can get 5 more people in the giveaway here, and then we'll do the giveaway and call it a great stream tonight. 3 to 4 years. Yeah, you're still in that learning stage. Anything under 5 years is still in that learning stage. It's going to happen. It just takes time. Green days will come in streaks. Red days will come in streaks. Don't punish yourself over something that you simply cannot control. Right? Okay, here we go. 2 more people. Let's see. 2 more people. 1 more person. And then we start it. This is going to be for a free Lucid account. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Good luck to you all. Your experience with poker gives you more of an edge than others. It does. It's true. Rips, did you watch my live trade earlier, shorting 68.95? No, but that's a beautiful trade. Congrats to you, brother. All right, let's see. Epic Gamer, maybe, or Andresaurus. I'm seeing some very familiar names in here. Oh, Andre, I'm sorry. Jancy, talk dirty to me. Jancy, are you in here? Jancy, you got 60 seconds to claim your free prize. Let's see, Jancy. There you are. Jancy, talk to me. What is your name on Instagram? What's your name on X? Let's see. Congrats to you, but they still only have about 30 seconds to claim here. Timer, 40 seconds.
40 seconds starting now.
Okay, Jancy, you got to tell me what your username is on X or on Instagram. You got 30 seconds left to do it. Let's see. 20 seconds. Got to make it fair. We talked about the rules before we raffled. Come on, Jancy. I believe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I mean, I make it fair, right, guys? Don't I make it fair? I swear I make it fair. I talked about the rules before we even drew, right? I made it very, very clear, right? I feel like I'm making it fair. I said, when you win, there's only one thing that's required from you. You tell me what your username is on X or on Instagram, right? Did I not go over this very clearly, very slowly? I feel like I did. And I try to be very fair for people. I don't speak fast. I take it slow. I feel bad when people don't claim it, but I just don't get it. I'll never understand it. They did say they're here, but I don't know what I am here means in regards to the person's username, so I can send them the free coupon to claim their account. I sent it, question mark? Oh, here, look, let me show you something here. Let me show you something here. This is your chat history. Hi, Rips, I'm not very good at reading time and sales. Do you have any video explaining it? Forever. Yes, I'm here. I sent it. Right? The problem with me is that I'm not a psychic. I don't know what your username on Instagram is. I don't know what your username on X is. So as though, a lot of people have told me I'm a really good guesser, right? But the problem is that I'm not good at guessing in a constrained time frame, right? I can't really guess what your username would be on Instagram or X. And as I'm sitting here rambling, believe it or not, I'm doing this so you can type in your fucking username and you still haven't done it. All right, let's roll. Jesus Christ. I just, you try to lead a horse to water. Here we go. On to the next. And I've said a million times, don't type the @ symbol before your username. Don't type the @ symbol before your username. Don't type the @ symbol before your username. I try. All right, Raj, it's on you, buddy. Let's see. Come on down, Raj. I'm trying so hard. I don't want to take people's prizes away, but come on. All right. Raj has got this. Let's see. It's weird. It's kind of like trading. Trading comes in waves, right? But giveaways come in waves. All right. Raj Tis says OMG. I'm assuming that OMG is not your name. If your name, hey, there we go, Raj. Okay, let's see. They typed it in. I'm in shock. Well, hey, me too, man. Me too. I'm always in shock. Congrats, Raj. Let's see. They follow me. Oh my God, we've done it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, Raj. Give it up for Raj. Now listen. Here's the thing. Raj claimed very quickly. Raj followed all of the rules. Raj is going to get that prize sent to him right now. But because he claimed so fast, I think it's only fair for you folks out there that we do another giveaway. How do we feel about that? Because Raj was so quick to get it going, how do you feel about doing another giveaway? Should we do one more? Raj, I'm going to send you that coupon code right now. Thanks again, Raj, for being so quick. On the ball, I love it. Let me grab that coupon code for you right now. I want to make sure you get this. Do. Okay, Raj. I'm going to send you a Lucid. What would you like? Lucid Pro? What are you feeling, Raj? What are you thinking? Lucid Pro. Lucid Flex. What are you feeling, Raj? What do you think? What kind of account would you like? I feel like a Lucid Pro would be nice, right? Lucid Pros are pretty expensive. Let's do a Lucid Pro. Is that fair? All right, let's send you a Lucid Pro. I think that's the most expensive one. Pretty sure. Lucid Pro, 50K. Here you go. There's your coupon code. Just sent it to you, Raj. Congratulations again. Okay, here we go. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. I'm going to clear all of our winners. That means Raj and Jancy both get a second chance at winning again. Jancy, get ready. Here we go. Good luck to you all in 5, 4, 3, 2, and bang. Here we go for a free Lucid account. Here we go, folks. Good luck, everybody. Oh man, I feel bad for this. It's like it's right there too. It's literally right there. All right, Aaron. Let's see. Aaron, you got 60 seconds here. Fucking rig. You guys are so funny. Hey, you guys never say never. Never say never here. By the way, great idea on that short call there, Richard. It's working beautifully. Well done. All right, let's see. That was Aaron. Aaron, let's see. There you are. Okay, Ron's FJ. Let's see if I can find you. That was very fast, too. Let me see. Let me make sure you're following me. Problem. Problem, sir. We got a problem. You don't follow me. Ron's. Aaron. You don't follow me. Reroll. I hate taking away prizes from people who win them, though. I hate it. Makes me feel gross inside. You follow on X. Okay, let's check on X. Let's see on X. Let's see on X. Let's see. I'm gonna check on X. This is the last thing I'm checking, though. Let's see. Ah, man. Oh, it's a different name. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. All right. I mean, did you just follow me though? All right, that's fair. That's fine. All right, Ron. Give it up for Ron. All right. I have a soft spot. You know what though? You know what? I'll do one more because I just want one person who's ready on the ball because I know there's somebody watching right now and you're sitting there and you're like, dude, if it was me, I'd be freaking claiming it. I follow you. I got to do one more. I got to do one for a diehard, okay? I got to do one more for a diehard, okay? We'll do one more. Let me send this coupon code over to Ron. Just, sometimes. Lucid Flex for you, my friend. 50K Lucid Flex. 50K Lucid Flex. Now, do remember, if there's ever a Rips reaching out to you on social media, it's not me. I never will contact you first. I don't have any copy trading services. I don't want your money. I don't want your Bitcoin. It's not me. If you have ever anybody purporting to be me and they're asking you for crypto, I got a copy trading service, all of this nonsense, it is not me, okay? Beware. There are a lot of scammers out there pretending to be me on social media. They look like me. They talk like me. Do not fall for those scams, okay? Watch out there. Here we go. Last giveaway for the day. For real, the last giveaway for the night to celebrate Wednesday's GLOBEX stream. Had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Here we go. Final winner of the evening is going. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Good luck. Let's see. No way. Carl? Slow down. Slow. No. Carl, no. Rigged. DT Kearns. Let's see. All right. DT Kearns. Let's see. How fast do they claim? Let's see if they're paying attention. Dude, I'm sorry, Carl Hungus. You're a real one, too. You still have a chance, though. They haven't claimed it yet. They may have took off when we drew the first one. That's the other thing. They may have already left the stream. Nope, wrong about that. Okay, DT Kearns, what is your username on Instagram or X? Type it in without the @ symbol, please. Let's see. Okay, look at that. So fast. X is right there. Perfect. Let's see if you follow me. Boom, 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 boom. Congratulations, Damon. You do follow me, my man. All right, give it up for Damon, winning the last and final account for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you do enjoy giveaways, do understand that I do giveaways all the time, very often. I am always doing giveaways. Always doing giveaways, always giving back to the community as much as I can, whether it's through knowledge or giveaways or free accounts or spending time. That's what I'm here for, folks. Any questions before I go? We've had a really fun stream, but it is time for the jacuzzi. I'm going to relax before I go to bed, and forgot to turn it on, actually. Give me a second. I don't know how I fucking forgot to put on the jacuzzi. What am I doing? I always remember. Any questions before I go? Any questions? Can we join the jacuzzi? That's for the special stream. There we go. I just got one. Why it never chooses me? What? Got one what? What do you mean? Let me send over this account for you here. This is a Lucid Flex eval for you, Damon. 50K Lucid Flex. There you go. Bang. Why'd you forget to turn on the jacuzzi? I don't know, man, because I wasn't even thinking. I realized it's 5:24 my time. I gotta get in that thing. Wasn't here for the instructions. It was just had to type in the word forever. That was it. You'll be here for the next one, though. Be here for the next one. All right, everybody. I hope you all have a great evening. We didn't take any trades. We took a payout from Lucid. They paid out lickety split, fastest ever. They paid out in under a minute. It was unbelievable. So there we have it, folks. That's our evening. I will be back in less than 12 hours. I'm going to be back live at 8 a.m. for the Thursday morning stream, and then subsequently at 6 p.m. for the final GLOBEX stream of the evening. Remember, there are no GLOBEX streams on Friday because the market is closed. So tomorrow's GLOBEX stream will be our pretty much weekend GLOBEX stream, our Friday GLOBEX stream. Take care, everybody. I'll see you folks bright and early tomorrow. Have a great night. Be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Take care. See ya. Bye. See ya.